Unfortunately, minor cuts, scrapes, and burns are a part of life. In today's video, we're going to discuss outdoor adventure training systems, Mini-Med first aid kit, otherwise known as the Pocket Boo Boo Kit. Stick around. Well, thank you for coming back. In today's video, we're going to discuss our Boo Boo Kit. This is not a trauma kit. This is not a kit for any kind of major disaster. It is exactly what it's called, a Boo Boo Kit. This kit will address various minor cuts, scrapes, burns, and other types of injuries that we come across on a daily basis. So let's get into it. Okay, so here we've got the Boo Boo Kit. I'm going to take it out of the packaging and get it out onto the table, and then we can talk about the contents. Okay, we have the contents of the kit out on the table, and we're going to talk about the items that are contained inside. We're going to start from right to left on the screen, beginning with a couple of small Band-Aids, 3 slightly larger Band-Aids, I guess this is what you'd call the standard size Band-Aid, and then 2 bigger Band-Aids for larger cuts. In addition, we have a packet, or it's a little pouch of Allocaine emergency burn gel. This has 4% lidocaine in it. And it assists in the healing process, and it'll soothe a burn in the event that that's what you're dealing with. The next item is a couple of alcohol prep pads. Those are alcohol prep pads. They speak for themselves. It's important to clean a cut before you dress it. I have a couple of doses of extra strength Tylenol. So between the 2 packages, there are 4 in total. So that gives you 2,000 milligrams. A couple of doses of antacid to deal with an upset stomach, a couple of packets of triple antibiotic and pain relief ointment. This is sort of like Neosporin, except it's got a little bit of pain relief in it as well, and that's good for cuts and scrapes and burns. You get 2 bite and sting relief wipes. These also have a little bit of lidocaine in addition to some alcohol. In the event that you have a bad insect bite, mosquito bite, bee sting, wasp sting, or whatever, these provide good relief before bandaging. These are packets of hand sanitizer. This is actually hand sanitizer gel inside, which can also double as a fire starter or fire accelerator, but we're talking about a Boo Boo Kit now, so you can use this to clean up your hands or whatever area that you're dealing with, or also clean up before helping somebody else. You get a couple of 2x2 gauze pads, a pair of nitroline gloves, which are inside a small bag, and then a couple of types of medicine. This is chlorocidin. It's a single dose. Chlorocidin is a cold remedy. This particular brand is good for people who have high blood pressure. I am one of those people, unfortunately, so I take chlorocidin instead of taking something like Sudafed or some other heavy-duty cold medicine. The next item in the medication portion are 2 doses of loperamide hydrochloride. That's basically an anti-diarrheal. If you're dealing with diarrhea and you are out on the trail, you're in a long car ride, bus ride, plane ride, meeting, that's not something that you want to have to deal with. It's very, very unpleasant. So a couple of pills that'll help you deal with that. These are 3 doses of azo, which is to treat urinary tract infections. Urinary tract infections are very common in females. I have never had one myself, but I understand that they can be quite unpleasant. So that's a good idea also. Long play ride especially, or car ride where you really have nowhere else to get relief. So urinary tract infections. I'm going to skip over here real quick to the Benadryl. You get 2 doses of Benadryl, which is 4 pills in total. Benadryl is very important if you're dealing with an allergic reaction, and that could be any kind. It could be hay fever or some kind of reaction to allergies, or rather an allergic reaction to something in the environment, in addition to bee sting, wasp sting, some kind of insect bite, or whatever. So a couple of Benadryls and a couple of Cavion no sting barrier films. What this is it's actually very clever. There's a towelette contained inside the package, which is impregnated with this barrier film. And you wipe it over a cut after you've cleaned it, and it leaves a clear, sort of almost plastic, not exactly, but a clear coating on the skin that'll seal the wound. So this is sort of like a temporary Band-Aid, and it can be very, very helpful. We do have a small razor blade included in the kit. There's about 5 or 8 feet of elastic, self-sticking gauze. I'm sorry, like an ace bandage, not gauze. And this will help if you need to create a pressure bandage using gauze pads and whatever for a slightly larger cut. This is not going to help you if you have major bleed. I don't have a tourniquet here. I don't have an Israeli bandage here. I don't have Celox Quick Clot or any other trauma-related equipment here. This is a boo-boo kit. This is for a small or medium-sized injury. Next item we have is a small towelette, and I'm going to demonstrate this in a second. This is a compressed towelette. It's comes in a small package. It's maybe the size of a large breath mint. And you just take a little bit of water, drop it in, and it'll immediately absorb some of the water, and then you can open the towelette up, and it actually gets quite large. So this, I would say, is probably about 6 inches by 6, and maybe it's bigger than that. It's like 8 by 8. It's pretty strong, and this can be used for all kinds of things. Cleaning up after you deal with a cut, you can wipe up blood, you can wipe up body fluids, you can use it to do all kinds of different things. But basically, this is a compressed towelette that just requires a little bit of water to open up, right? In a pinch, emergency bathroom tissue, toilet paper, whatever. Next item we have is a packet of Electrolyte Recovery Plus powder. You can mix this with, I think, 12 or 16 ounces of water, and it'll replace electrolytes that you may have lost due to heavy perspiration, if you're sweating, if it's very hot, or if you're dehydrated. It's very, very important to replace those electrolytes. Next item we have is a small ampule of iodine. This helps to clean wounds. You basically remove the ampule and you can break it open, or you can just crack off the top here and use the iodine. It comes inside this little sleeve, which is, you're able to crush it. The instructions tell you to just squeeze on the dot and then pull it out, and then you can use this as a dabber, I guess, to apply it. But iodine is a great idea if you have a cut that needs to be cleaned out to prevent infection. It's very, very important that you have something like that. Last item that we have in the boo-boo kit is a pair of tweezers. These tweezers are made, it's a company called Uncle Bill's. They're called Uncle Bill's Silver Grippers. And what they are is they're a pair of tweezers in a little keychain holder. These are sharp tweezers. They're fantastic for pulling out small splinters, anything, if you might get something under a fingernail or something like that. It's really a good idea to have a pair of tweezers, because otherwise it's very, very difficult to deal with some types of small injuries. If you have to pick debris out of an injury before you want to close it up, or whatever. Anyway, pair of tweezers, good idea to have. And that's the entire contents of the boo-boo kit. Well, that's Outdoor Adventure Training Systems Mini-Med Pocket Boo-Boo Kit. Easily fits in a pocket, book bag, briefcase, purse, glove box, tackle box, or any place else that you might keep a small kit to deal with life's small emergencies. Thank you very much for watching. Please post all of your questions and comments below. And please hit like and subscribe and follow for more videos.